Hi, welcome to the Reluctant Sisters podcast. I'm Sarah and I'm coming to you from southeastern Connecticut. Welcome to new viewers and returning viewers. It's been about 3 weeks since my last podcast, so not too bad. Hopefully the light isn't too yellow. We're expecting some rain, so it's kind of cloudy today. Guess just get right into it. I'm Sarah Gotro on Instagram and Sarah JG2 on Ravelry. We have a podcast group over there where we have some chatter, a couple of cals, and a giveaway I want to tell you about. Right now we have the July-August installment of the Reluctant Cal. So you don't have to be reluctant to knit your entry. And whips are allowed. Anything, you can enter anything into the giveaway or the knit along. What else? And if you knit something with stash that is from December 2016 or earlier, you can post that picture twice for a second entry. The giveaway this time is some fiber from Highland Handmaids. It's in the Surf Shop color, and it's 4 ounces of Cheviot. This is the June 2017 club colorway. So if you're a spinner and want to spin this, it's good for like socks and mittens. It's a little, it's not, I wouldn't call it really scratchy, but it's a little more woollier than a merino. So I would think, socks and mittens, I would probably be okay with it, on more delicate skin, like my neck, or even a hat. But anyway, if you're not a spinner or you have already spun this and want me to spin it for you, I don't have a problem doing that. So yeah, I guess that's it. And we do have another giveaway. I set up a separate giveaway thread for this item. That way people who really want it can enter. Oops, that's not it. There we go. Mina Phillip, the Knitting Expat, is a friend of mine, and she kindly gifted me and the podcast a copy. It's her new color blender scarf and wrap. So this is what the wrap looks like. I got to see this in person. It's really squishy because you use 2 strands of fingering held together. So it's really nice and cozy. So this is what the scarf looks like. She's got several options. You don't have to make them as big as you see here. Let me see what she says. Simple scarf. There's 4 sizes included in the pattern. 2 scarf sizes and 2 shawl sizes, as shown below. There's a 4 skein scarf, a 5 skein scarf, a 6 skein shawl, and a 7 skein shawl. And you can use scraps or, whatever you want for it. Doesn't have to be, all special yarn. I don't think that made any sense, but you know what I mean. You don't have to buy a special fade kit or anything that's going around for this. So yeah, thank you very much, Mina. I really appreciate it. So I'm going to draw for that the same time, like the first podcast in September, the same time I draw for the July-August installment of the Reluctant Along. Yeah, so go over to the Ravelry group to enter that. I think the question I had when you enter is just what color scheme would you want to knit that in? Oh, and then we also have the Rhinebeck sweater knit along. It's any adult sweater. You don't have to be going to Rhinebeck. As of now, I'm still going to Rhinebeck, so that's really exciting. We're just, I think, a couple hours away, but my sister and I do have, a hotel room. We'll go up the night before. But yeah, I'm really excited. So yeah, it's just an adult sweater. I say like 2 per person, but I mean like 2 for you can knit. If you're a big sweater knitter and you end up knitting more than 2, you could do it like if you're knitting 2 for your husband or 2 for, you know, a friend, or you know what I mean. Just 2 adult sweaters per person you're knitting them for. That's clear enough. Because Rhinebeck is a 2-day event. Yes. You don't have to knit 2. You can knit 1, but you know what I mean. Yeah, and so that prize will be something from Rhinebeck. Let me see, what else? I think that's all the announcements. I don't think I'm missing anything. Okay, so I'll just get into it. Let me start with my finished objects. I haven't really been spinning. I feel like I've got like a lot of, there's several knitting projects that I feel like have a deadline. They don't, but you know what I mean. I want to get them out of the way first, even though I am itching to spin. But now I feel like there's a few things that, well, the sock club does have a deadline, and I'm doing a test knit, but I could put spinning in between there, but I haven't. So I finished all the monkeys I want to do for my friend. She asked for something for her grandson. So I can't remember what I had last time. I might have had up to the green one and just had these last 2 to do. These are I think they're string together toys by Susan B. Anderson. They come with a monkey, a mouse, and a frog. But she said her grandson likes monkeys, so that I just made all monkeys. So these are hand spun. The brown is hand spun that I had for 2 years in my stash, but finally got around to doing. It was gorgeous Corriedale, organic Corriedale comb top from West Elm Farm. I got it at Connecticut Sheep and Wool a couple of years ago. I don't know why I waited so long to spin it. It was gorgeous. And then this is just a scrap of sock yarn that I dyed. I just held 2 strands together. This is another, it's commercial yarn. This is another sock yarn because I didn't have a lot of green in my stash. And then these 3 are from the leftovers of my Tanis Fiber Arts. Yeah, they're really great patterns, really probably the least fiddly toy that I've ever knit. Susan B. Anderson does a really great job writing her patterns. Oh, and here's my other finished object. I had to make a banana. And peel. So I used the teeny tiny bit of the Corriedale. I don't even know if I have 12 inches left of this stuff. I was able to get a lot because I had already knit 6 monkeys for Mina's daughter Layla when I went to visit, and then I knit 3 monkeys, 1 for each of my nieces. So this is just commercial undyed. I think it's the Webs yarn, and then this is some yellow hand spun. Yeah, so super cute. There's a free pattern on Ravelry. If I'm a good girl, I'll put it down. Probably, and I always say the bottom, but I think I end up putting it on top across the screen because you can see it a little better. But yeah, so I think she'll like it. I think that is all of my finished objects. Yeah, because what else have I been knitting on? Yeah, I have a big, I'll show you what I've been knitting. So this is my next work in progress, or my first work in progress, are the Central Park socks. I think I left my sock blockers downstairs for another podcast. These are the Central Park socks from Mina, the Knitting Expats Sock Club. Did she say that September is the last installment. I think so. The first of every month you get a new sock pattern. So these are the Central Park socks. I don't know if, well, it's almost 2 weeks. I should be able to get them. Yeah, it's nice and lacy. And this is what the yarn knits up like and just stuck in it. This is spun right round. I think it's Take a Dip. It might have been a one-of-a-kind colorway, but she might have something similar in her shop. And then this is just some more of that purple fingering weight I did for, I dyed myself a little while ago, but I'm going to do contrast heels, toes, probably cuff. Yeah, and this is, her patterns usually have a toe up and a top down version or cuff down version. I just felt like doing the toe up this time because I had been doing a few cuff down. I like to change it up. This is her rounded toe option. Yeah, I like it. Coming out cute. So that's that. This is something I also started after my last podcast. This is the, I looked it up, I listened to how you pronounce it. The Uyo, I think they call it a dress. It's a little shorter than dresses that I would wear, but so I'll wear it more as a tunic, I think, with leggings underneath. I'll show you a big picture. So it's cute. Plain, just, but it's got pockets that are pretty deep because they go from where you see her hand go in all the way to the bottom. It's all seamless. So this is in the second issue of Len magazine. I didn't bring that upstairs either. Alright, so doing it in a gradient. Yeah, I've been trucking along on this. I'm using 6 different colors of Brooklyn Tweed Loft. I didn't bring any of the ball bands with me. But this is, I think it's Fossil. I think they call this Fossil or Antler. I think it's Fossil. So it's just undyed, kind of an oatmeal color. Then this is Snowbound, so it's kind of gray. Then this is Postcard. It's like a mauvey purple. It's got a little bit of pink to it. Looks a little muddy on the screen, but then it goes into Blanket Fort. Thistle. Then I just striped in this. It's Plume. So it's the darkest purple. I don't think of it as a fade because like gradients like this or ombre have been out for a long time, but I am using the fade instructions just for the striping when you add a new color. So I'm all the way down, I'm almost done. So you put the stitches on hold for the pocket. So you knit down the front and then you pick up the stitches and knit the pocket part. Yeah. I did math and I should have had enough yarn, but for some reason I don't. Like here's all the scraps. Oh, I have a little more of the first color because, you know, the increases are smaller. But then these are all, this is just what I have left of the other yarn. So looking at how much I've gotten out of each color and how much I had left to knit, I'm pretty positive that I'm going to need a second skein of the Plume. So I went ahead and ordered that. I ordered it a couple months ago, so I don't know if they'll have the same dye lot, so I'm waiting to see if they're different dye lots, then I'll just alternate skeins the whole length of the darkest color here. But I did email, did I go to Harrisville Designs? I think that's who I ordered from, and I just emailed them and gave them the dye lot just on the off chance that they had another skein of that color in that dye lot. So I haven't gotten that yet. And then I did order another skein of the Snowbound because it does have short sleeves. I was gonna just do like striping of these other colors, but I don't think I'm gonna even have enough of those other colors to do that, so. But even when I have leftovers of this and the darker plume, I'll just use them for something else. It's not a color that I wouldn't like never use it. I like it, so I'll use it. And then I just started this a couple days, was it yesterday? Yeah, I think I started this yesterday. So I'm just about to split for the sleeves. This is the test knit for the mix and match, I think she calls it mix and match baby sweater or child sweater. Oh, everything's on my phone, so I can't confirm the name. I'll try and put it up here. But yeah, she's posted pictures on it on her Instagram account, Knitting Expat. So she's gonna have the mix and match part is because there's several options that you can do, and it goes from like 0 to 3 months up to 6 to 8. I'm doing the 6 to 8 size. She has an option where you can add short rows to the collar to raise the neck up and raise the back of the neck up so the front of the neck won't like choke. So that's what I did. See, you add short rows to the ribbing, and then there's a stockinette version and textured version. So she asked me to do the textured version. She's also going to have short sleeve or long sleeve option. She asked me to do the long sleeve, and a DK or worsted option, which I think everything's the same. Yeah, your gauge is the same whether it's DK or worsted, so that makes it easy. But right now I thought I'd make it for Evelyn because my niece Evelyn is 8 years old, but it'll have no ease, so I don't know how much she'll wear it before she grows out of it, or if she'll feel like it's too tight. But I don't know. But I also have a younger niece, Charlotte. So if Evelyn doesn't want it, Charlotte can have it. So I just I don't have a lot of worsted in my stash. I have a little bit, but not enough. Not 800 yards, which is what this size calls for. So I'm trying to save for Rhinebeck, so I wanted to go more frugal route, and I went to Joann's, and I was looking at the patterns, and then I didn't really love the colors that they had. I was looking at the Wool Ease by Lion Brand, but it's 80% acrylic, which I wouldn't have a problem using for a kid sweater, but I'm not sure how that would block, and how, so how the shape would be when you're done. If you've knit sweaters or garments out of that Wool Ease, let me know how it blocked, because I was just worried that it would just stay all bunchy. Like, I don't know if 20% wool was enough to really block it. It probably would have been, but anyway. So I didn't really love the color options Joann's had of the patterns, so I just went ahead and got Fisherman's Wool. So here's my gauge swatch. I did it in the round and then cut the strands. I had a small ball of this yarn already, so I just swatched with this, and then I dyed these other two skeins. I was gonna alternate skeins anyway because I had to do it in 2 different pots. I tried to measure each pot the dye equally, but I'm glad I'm alternating, because the end of one ball compared to the other end of the other ball is kind of making a striping. which is fine. I'm not really worried. It's a kid. I don't know if you can see this part is a little more purple or lighter. But it looks good, and there are spots where like both skeins have it, but it's not like pooling terribly. But I'm glad I did alternate after all, because I would have been really upset if the top part was the lighter color and then there's an obvious distinction between the second ball. I don't think that would have looked good. It would have bothered me. So that's that. Yeah, I like it. I'm just a few rows away from separating for the sleeves. So yeah, I think that's everything that I'm working on right now, because I have to enter these by the end of the month. I'm waiting on the yarn on the dress, and then doing the test net, which I have until by September 15th. It won't take me that long, but so I do have time. I'm not worried. So I guess I'll go into acquisitions. Everybody should have their Highland Handmaids Club shipment by now. Oh, because I didn't mention the date. Let's see, I think it's the 17th of, is today the 17th? Oh, 18th, Friday, August 18th, 2017. So everyone should have gotten their July installment of the Highland Handmaids Club. So I'm going to show you now. Yeah, I really like it. It's called No Reason Roses. Yeah, that yellow cast from the light bulbs, I'm sorry. But yeah, I really like it. It seems like most, well, you know, this isn't my usual color choice. That's the good and the bad, pros and cons of a club. You don't know what you're going to get. Usually I'm happy with them. So I really am happier with this color. So it's pitch pine top, which is feltable, which this is also the prize. It's feltable wool. So 80% merino and 20% dyed black merino. So when she got the skein, it was like undyed with black streak in it. So yeah, it's really soft and squishy. This is my 3rd year in her club. I think at the end of the year I might switch it up to another club. Just for a little different variety. But her price is really reasonable. I think it's only $20 a month for the fiber. She has 2 fiber club options and one, I think I don't know if she still has like 2 fingering weight options and 2 worsted weight options, or if it's just one of each this year. But yeah, the yarn is a little more expensive subscription, but the fiber is very affordable, I think. So after the last podcast, I went down to Niantic, which is about 20 minutes from me, which is the closest yarn store at the moment. The closer one to me closed. Was it the beginning of the year? No. A year and a half ago now, I think. So Mina is just prolific with her designs at the moment. So she has another mystery knit along coming up starting, I think, is it September 1st? I think it's September 1st. So it's a, she said it's a textured shawl, and that it's 2 colors. You can do it in 1 color, but if you do it in 2 colors, she said she thinks it looks best with a high contrast between the 2. So I went down there because I don't have a lot of DK weight in my stash either. So what did I end up getting? I wanted some twist in Niantic. The yarn store does have, what did they have? They did have some hedgehog fibers, which was beautiful. But like I said, I'm trying to save for Rhinebeck, so I went a little more affordable, less of a splurge, and got some Plymouth Select DK Merino Superwash. I've never used this yarn before, but it is really soft and squishy. I like it. So this is colored 1104 Firecracker. Kind of a dark coral. Not as orange as the light bulb was making it look. And this is 1001 Natural. So if you are going to do the mystery knit along, you need 2 skeins of each color. 200 grams of each color. So these are just 50 gram skeins, so I have 4 of each color. Yeah, I'm excited to get started. It's really soft and squishy. Not everything has to be indie dyed, right? So then she carries this sock yarn, which I've used before. I really like it. It's fun. Yeah, they're usually self-striping. Some of them, I think there are a few colorways that are like a patterning more than there's, you know, more than one color in a stripe, so that would be more of a self-patterning. I believe this will be striping. Oh no, maybe not. Maybe you would consider it patterning because this white strand has a couple color, blue and white. Oh, and then this orange and white. So it must have a pattern. Oh, I did look it up. You can do that on Ravelry. Look up the yarn, and then you can look up the specific color and see what the projects look like. So that's fun to know what to expect. So what? Lana Cervinia Forever line and color 71. I think I'll do it, knit it for myself. Yeah, this is I could say comparable to an opal or a regia in the feel of it, sturdier. And these are really cheap. They're cheaper than because they're just, I think they're just over $4 a skein, which is cheaper than patents. Yeah, they're fun. I like them. Oh, because here's my other one. So that's the 4th set I've gotten. So I have this one too. I haven't knit it yet. This is another. It'll be more of a pattern than stripes. This one's number 72 if you're interested or curious. Let's see. And then I think, so the last thing I have is a gift from Maria Seductive Berry. She got me this fiber from Julie Spins. Let me put it back up here. Yeah, juliespins.etsy.com. So she has some sewing she wants me to do for her, so this is kind of payment, I guess, which I am more than happy with. I'm excited to show the project when I make it for her. Yellow is making it green. This is the aqua. So this is the all-inclusive resort colorway. It's 85% superwash merino, 15% nylon, approximately 5.3 ounces. Julie's skeins are nice. They're about 5, I think they run about 5 ounces, so it's always nice to get a little more yarn out of it. I love this. I wish there was more of this in there. It's gorgeous. I don't know what my deal with purple is lately, all of a sudden. Yeah, so we'll see. Maybe socks. Maybe not. The other fiber I've spun from her is gorgeous. This is just nice and open, not compact. I can't wait. Look, there's like a lot of stuff hiding because this is like on the inside, but look, it's not on the outside. Beautiful. My niece loved it. They're so funny. Oh, do you have any new yarn? Do you have any new fiber? I don't know if they call it fiber or wool, or if they call everything yarn. Anyway, when my youngest niece, Charlotte, saw this, she wanted to make a video, and so I put it up on my Instagram, and she's like talking about a skirt or a cert, because she has trouble with like SH and CH sometimes. Yeah, So she did a little video on what she thought you could make with it. She kept saying frisbee, so I don't know if she, because it was in the mail like this, if she thinks this is like a frisbee shape. Or I could do a rainbow monkey. Like I'm kind of over monkeys for the moment. But we'll see, maybe I'll make her a monkey if I have a little bit left out of whatever I make. She wanted to get her hands on those. I'm like, no, those are gifts. But they are too cute. I think that's everything. Nice and short today, 30 minutes. Well, that's nice. It's always nice to have a shorter podcast to watch in between chores. Yeah. All right. So, yeah, go to the Ravelry group to enter if you'd like to win a chance to win the I always want to call it blended, but it's blender, color blender shawl. So if you'd like a chance to win that pattern, go over there and enter, and keep entering the knit along. Let's see. Yeah, feel free to start any threads in the group, or any suggestions for the September-October installment of the Reluctant Along. And that's it. Have a good weekend. Thanks for watching. Bye.